1:30 a.m. The other boy Argentina and Cape Verde the NMZ the sheswa na
and only at 10 o'clock.
Yes, the 10 na by 11-12 na umu di ni wi na ye the one na bia twetwe na asikakra. Ni asaba okay.
I see hey. It's a when a baby fa bruta.
But
it's a when so amaso dia. Na manfo bo asibo so gidi.
Na manfo be twa amade achi.
Because I think there's a public holiday from tomorrow. Especially with a lot of corporate works
government workers.
So they are not working tomorrow, they are not working on Saturday. They are not working tomorrow, they are not working on Saturday, they are working on Sunday.
Black Stars weekend is a very dark.
It's a far.
Well, really a Monday crowd. Give it with the ago. Musa.
Oh,
still brad.
More Hitiabros.
We are Hitiabros. We need a win.
News every hobano. It sounds so very positive for Blasters, in a game a year very, very difficult. Like I said, it is never impossible. Say Ghana beats me, I call that game a win, especially most of the African countries in the Etitono. If you are smart enough and as a people that I think we can learn a lot from your Mayano. The only thing holding back the Blasters has to do something that may no any control over. That is coaching decision as to who starts and who will be on the bench. Depending on the tactics and training drills. But baby, I more of more in they can really get the job done for us. Before World Cup, ever started, can be say the form and the physicality state of Partey, a matter of concern at the Mayina. But I started in the games of our Bonnet Chase, he is ready and getting the job done. In fact, he's played very well for the Blasters in the 2 games now. So say will be oha yenina kasa say name with the refuse say. So when you be bono in the game, our chances of making it to the next stage I was sure. Ejitum offer the past tournament, and baby a bedri and baby a one dia. Now nyanyina so be bring kase Blasters in the tournament, I could make a name for the stars as you know. But inya sa adwene and you see a bedru hano interest nyane adwene before no near wrong. We were not, because it's a side that now affiliate at the World Cup, affiliate at the AFCON, failed to qualify for the AFCON again. It's a side that the last time I make it to the knockout stage was way back in 2019. To whoever ever discussing the Blasters from that point, bedru baby and until up until Panamano, that person was so right or whatever now or come about the Blasters. However, the fact that you can't say you bedru hanon so na boys a performance no apejane interest because na engine is on my yard and interest intimate to us. So a 2 different things. Nina works hand in hand. Colombia is tough. Matitin Sama Eba Abani say they are no longer giving out tickets because say it was to say I want her behind got tickets in the boarding $600 be $1,000 plus or to be Afra. Ya tutowie ya tie hun sama eba say distribution crack or a problem. Even we raise concerns say I'm say ticket maybe a fan so yourself. But that should not be the problem of the Blasters. Make the whole team. And here Juma also am going nyame adoma Saturday. So be any GDA me GDA say they can go head to head with them. But it hinges on our tactical discipline and who we will use in the game. Colombia for the game, let's say Eddie and Kakra. Ubia say resorted to the deep defensive mode. Abuaing, excuse me, against England.
Okay.
It is all kind of when you're wrong, but and yet team Bia now bet me the style in Asia. Now the other African teams are omo ball ni omo games a what me who say so omo so biem so omo bad they have a chance and no you who say DRC a frame but omo frame because omo enya chances with game omo frame because they fail to take their chances. Senegal frame because they fail to manage the game the way they were supposed to do it, and only at a difference in other. So in as much as Colombia top in the group ahead of Portugal, any other nations, I still feel say we are more than capable. Say a bit many omabo. Now the main tiers kakra say I'm saying is it the communications manager now officially wakasa about injuries and as a coach in the compressor and Oveka?
Yeah, officially we are waiting for him.
But when minister and flyer be on also Kasim say we are available. If sanity
goalkeeper nana Atizi Gideon.
Yes.
Atizi Gideon him the communication director was having conversation about players or mere fits and also Atizi Gi fit and okay MJ no dey from communication no more reports say Atiye is no available.
The last game no there were concerns with Semenyo. I say I'll pick it up no Kubia.
Yeah.
Or no Koe. So you see I think Semenyo personally will not be happy with the involvement with the Blasters in terms of numbers.
Okay.
I don't think on one kasa as a player and he is happy. Makada. So when team with the Blasters in 5 years, 4 years. Now results and yet anything convincing. And yes, me I'm hey. At the end of a chairman may judge the idea of a local player.
Yeah.
In fact, what they make or say they have to go in there, the big boys almost standard in here. But standard and in who the Blasters now, then the conversation be now mean because we have little interest in what he does at Manchester City. We have 100% interest in what Obeye with the Blasters, and is the reason all the games they are born in our ball. Has there been a game or more in a film? I don't think that Manchester are born in a film. I would want him to find himself. I will give him
coaches. They be a cast of coaches.
Yeah.
How many coaches? I think 3.
3. But we are the same resource.
In fact,
or no ni back on
Inaki
Koku Kasa Yaka. I'm saying no one or dinum Koku has some but Diana.
Oh yeah. When your chance pa Inaki the man chance pa.
Hey,
no question say
Black Stars the when opportunity.
So we local players. Like here more can be more. Now I cry forward the got stance. When I say ma obi say born went to me ambo.
No.
We are quick to dispose them of. So I know, say, senior players are reacting to situations. Though Semenyo will not be happy himself, and you will be never catcher. And you can into the big influence. But no one as a player, he's coming with a huge hype around. There be a Manchester City full posting any, and also all the Manchester City players now. A lot of them involved in a lot of the positive things I call for Omo Club. But for the pre-assist in the first game against Panama, he has offered very little. And to say Yebeko Yanima Kapo a lot Ebejina Semenyo and a ball because Luis Diaz they are Wadini and Dini Patapa and a bebo against Senaya. What will be the story of Semenyo against Omo right back now?
Yeah, but quite near the pressure crack on it.
We am for pool a learning Muji Bayan qualify you. Oh, as Ubiyusuka crack, not to Ubiyusuka.
You may be
money. Oh, say,
you crochet be and so would they see you? Say, could be.
Oh, say, Croatia near Buso, but the Nipana was a fitter for a new Biana Benzo.
You're not the right materials.
Game on a range over a and your cofado, or yet a iso mefix
or pelastra.
It is all the Kama DNA or Elisha Mostati was a game beyond what he demanded. But me feel say we should be able to build a core 11. Yes, some will be able more. You near the neighbor. That is what this coach has failed to do. We need a core 11. First game we started we have been shaved. There are a lot of changes. in football a boss Kwabena Bob catch you say any team we are say team kata weni more from goalkeeper to the number 11 it is not a good team.
Okay.
Team Papa be we are say biano you should be able to mention or line up offered every time.
The players win a ball.
Yes, because the Barcelona team of Guardiola make us a ball.
Sure.
Man City team under Guardiola, Enrique team here, they make us a ball. Club team, Liverpool, that is a sign of a good team. And it's a team more number goalkeeper number 1 in consider not the BA say say it is a problem. So curious there. But he's failed to build 11 betimi Ayew matuma omo betimi adapted to every situation and every opposition I have. Portugal for start here I think say Echiona amuyi striker and defender need free muma via garbage nema obo. There's not been a lot of changes in the side, but Ubisame say do we have the potential in terms of quality talent? Ebetimi I share Colombia. I think we have more than enough talent. Ebetimi I share Ejumano. But I am down to the coaches. So who be idea more be and family 10 and that more training grounds or player be or no training or no so matching ball or no pay the real business. Until me nu ya hwemu amode o ma bought me and saying amode o ma bought 3 games please for the sake of everything mama nkoye excuse say ebeji en kra ni hope and nti nam di kan echirichiri mu no so obi a no ni hope say blaster betima ye bibia no you can't crucify the person because the precedents na chere so arrive at the conclusion now you're right ye bedru ye na ye perform no o say nya hope onye wrong for having the hope because born na bono and 3 games in the chese say ye my ye home so kakra bia ye betima koyenim beyond round of 32.
Okay,
which is not any achievement by any measure of person ocean because untimi have a fatal untimi have a Jordan, Brandon Thomas Asante, Antoine Semenyo, Thomas Partey. Now say Calibi in so crowded.
Yeah.
Now say still you have to go for somebody is a trial line and say park they demarcate. I'm not speaking down on anybody but you who performing anyone performing. It is about the nation Ghana. It is not about individual be coaches in a mojuma there. Name game we pa there. Menkasa Ghana Kojo World Cup. Name
Sabo game we need DS a must win.
I mean the Colombia team as the Spanish team of 2008 to 2012. I mean an Argentine team from 2021 up to 2022 year. Boy.
Some players ni be Luis Diaz money is our players.
About Diaz. Me some send na mejini di oni mo hono de me check no. Mejini di wa chiro. Anyi ya obes slide ya jeje ball no. Ne ho so wadine.
Yeah.
Ahwa adwuma no de obeye. Mfinfie hono na me hia Caleb. So be gina James Rodriguez no so. Just stop the passes for him. Obetima say box na yempe fatal ne Niamano, they can shoot from afar.
Number running my.
Betima Jumano coach. Inti Emma boy now then about 2 games there in Hushin and finance are started. Or the next start, I must have it tonight. We find some dear money in magic. Because we mean business.
Yeah.
Other African nations not yet. Until we should take a cue from them. Nayanfa and she share the near how a bit me a boy.
Chebekoye.
Oh, as I say, Koye, Nkoye say, Nkoye kibe sripe.
Something me bisawi.
That's 130. At them we more tun for mutu nyina za da no omo pose for mu.
O nyina be sham last time.
Now say Nkoye. couple asem na kan not ya say you.
Let me bisa a question. Man kaze nko bisa
that question which is wo so wa adwen fufuro.
Na bi mi ni bi fufuro bia ho.
Ba wo mi bisa say
nti
ene ka shetie fo na wo bisa me
me pe wo adwen kire.
Me dey say makana no say ye be she cruise no.
Okay.
We are going to win provided say we do the right thing because the BH say a structure no and crofobin fit.
Yeah.
The BH.
Yeah.
Guy be hold the ball no man untimi go through. Ba ku bi so hold the man untimi fa nko anim.
Okay.
And ba ko so the two mu a who went to cross, went to enter into the box, went to hold on to play. Into say the basis ni nyina unni dia. You don't qualify to start a game at the World Cup stage. Coaches now motivate show no nim say they are making no correct.
Mate.
At that level, want me make the basic decisions in football. Say where the space wa ha. I want them use space in the court. How would you know so your cross wa bra obi any boss mudia. Then you are not fit enough to start. Media obi any GD amenko am GD.
Wo.
Yeah.
Me dasi. Why? Ma memra Ghana fon so do omadwen che ne bebre abam se me saka mo videos ne bebre o anti Mizaya so de na dwen che bana yeti asikrom na yeti oman for no Ghana for no so predictions and then omonso adwen about coaching tactics any against Colombia ebefa and I say saying na bisi akoni nyina no yebetie mo yenti o Mizaya kakra bi na Africa Ghana formra
you say me how pani o mo be stadium akwohwe game na support the Black Stars many wo ka say
yeah
part of the supporters about Bedru Ghana you know
you see ebimu
they were on the ticket of the government
yeah
omakwaba Bedru Ghana
you see group stages no na bibia ma omo
the thing is on say Jamefe commission na e wo mu loud and clear say ye call major tournament bia e ma obi amfane san ko kan the consolidated fund da ho Ghana sika ye de bo o man ho bra na emom yempe kwan so e be fa so e be resist ka ye betimi de supporters aye dey akọ
yeah
it na so hwe ya before this World Cup no na government engage several corporate entities and na man Stone Boy kra be share bo
yes
say o discuss atawale so ko share bo so mo discuss be kan then Ibrahim Mahama money other people your madrin so mo discuss be attach no matimi aboa no mo dey cater for some expenses that are attached to it and provide tickets. So in the sense of getting supporters to watch the game and providing tickets, the first thing I'll be saying is tickets now providing in your phone call for audio to go any pay. Definitely there are Ghanaian supporters in the diaspora. Tournament be a me pay and amako bibiano omokwa you can't rule them out so watch a ticket.
Okay.
It no matter the supporters have from a free club I said you to kwakono. Or more diaspora. I was about one way or the other. Be munya ticket. Now one way or the other, be munya ticket in this one. It is the mode of coin fast channel. Maybe will be issue or. So had the enemy so more coin the mao. It obia or less than so. And I'm a boy. Nipa 200 a full plane. 200 na full plane. Ye obia ticket nipa 200. You say 200 there. Udini jo ticket. Ebu kwa mo hotel room or krane de ayede.
De abremo.
Ye de abremo. And I'm not bus ni mo amu free hotel ho eko game no ni echeche o bus ni mo yede but in this case we are not physical or hard copy when it comes to the ticket. This time around FIFA ticket e dey ko head board e digital it is send my phone so it na o stadium ha the phone e kire ade no so pepe
na edoko so email ma
email ma e confirm ni bibia ma it would do a ticket na hard copy say e kura wonsem na dia kwa kura baby so sharing it for people and couple omuni e de omo kono anu ni nya problem because obi adi details here dey now the issue ni nyina stem from omo kono na before e be kono scan omo time raise $7 million $7 million let me say aka na aka be 1.5 was 2 million after 3 games na ya bono
the minister so more use 5 million.
Me no awo yes inti aka 2 million.
Yeah.
Ana omo share bo wa chire ni so fan ye dey.
no more train there work up here
omo train there say on na shebo I sorry dem a we shebo say na be bo afo de on fa my akukukuru na
tournament yi bo na be she bo no fi e ko
da bi na akokekere ne ko na akoye ne den
oh there bi nsade enye bo she sade
o wo kekere ne ko na akoye
na bo na kwase oni abotre mo ifo
bo she no kwani pa watwi akese krampo mu Ibrahim Mahama
e da man for ba je fans ana
itimi no sa abaya ka say omo ho ne mra me ne omo ya adwen because Canada be so 3 games group stage
now tickets are easy.
What you say? So if you are thinking the government should go to the next one and also think about buying ticket for supporters now,
no TV.
Debbie. So the
tickets Baku 140 million. 120
but
million.
Say Ghanaian supporters are almost depends of $1,000 each. Obi a ko obi as a Ghanaian supporter on the ticket of the government. Yeah, man, $1,000.
Wow.
On a hostel no matter we. I know my catch 3 games they say aboy and it's also expensive, especially carrying supporters from one place to another. Now carry Philadelphia and say no. All the more cancer so.
Manzo be bo ho ka.
Na government ne so dey sunu. Momra. E ho ne de me de me amete akomi agemfi.
Ono me adwen.
Ne omo ya adwen. Na emu ba bi a issue ni woni ni. Tickets that will be provided for supporters to go and watch the games. Now scanner san aka 2 million. So 2 million ye rekoto tickets ama diaspora for na. Amama ka kohwe game no. Na o take statement na minister na the Ministry of Sports e de ba abonten na. Omo kire se omo chichema supporters groups. Omo chichema various groups omo wo abocho ba komo ayeso ye di wa kire ni ye se omo kwa party diaspora party members ni ade no omo mpene. People are even taking the tickets and they are reselling it. Among for the ticket group stages, there were a lot of cases.
I said ticket no more turn the say every phone about on TV because we mono
FA for the won't mean no for FA it is a private entity.
Yeah, it was on the FIFA.
Me obi to one ma woke up obi to ma koto FIFA ticket. You be woke up no. Obi to ma to be 10 dey go.
Okay.
What I say? You be do match in so obi to ma ka okay no ticket ABCD wo take me ton wa obeto.
Yeah.
It is your own decision.
Yeah.
What did they mention as and GFA as a private institution can also stay. Omo so a private omo betima ka say ya na dey ticket. Untimi begrudge omo kapo. Can you begrudge them? But the question marks comes around ticketer.
Yeah, tosi e de kwache.
Yeah, tosi e de kwache. Not the mode of sharing it, no. Yeah, due diligence.
My minister say more information on the ticket. Say on say was the ticket the more email inti. Wow, benya bibia no.
So whoever sold their own, no, let us know them because
yeah, was it we publish everything.
So they should publish it.
Yeah, was it?
We need accountability.
Yeah.
Because here Tenase say obi abe raise funds. Ebi na wo kan yo. Say o wa kwose ba fasika e dey. Fabra. Now you raise funds no be any say this kana ba yakoto ticket ya say mo bu hu konta. Then ticket na ye dey amount say focus support it. Yan farm house say koton. If you want to buy and sell FIFA website no ho. Anaka po be wa. Wo beti ma koto wa there. But the mode of selection na e be me dey akwa komo bi. Uni say ba bi e ko fefa yi.
Well, I will support your argument with facts. Minister voice no, I'm on tickets no.
That is it.
Now, I come here from we mama na Ghana for so more. But they are massacred
because that's for no job.
Yeah, about the tickets. Yeah.
Somebody said he paid $600 to get a ticket. Okoha na DCD na also.
Hey.
Aye.
And that ticket wow, your name is on it. What I would do was.
Okoha na DCD na also. So ticket matter na dey kwan e fa so chain ne ba bi e koduru ni wo ma na e wo so mo kon mo ntimi anko because I know said that the purported number of supporters that were supposed to go to the US and you nyina na call you refuse the brave visas.
Of course, and no credit.
You refuse the brave visas tickets na way.
On the ticket issue say
your rights to privacy cannot you can yes in the spirit of and it will be published at the right time. Once you want to benefit from government, your rights to privacy cannot you can like, for example, you can't deny us in the spirit of transparency from publishing emails that benefited from the tickets arrangement. So at the right time, we'll publish all this.
Yeah.
Those who receive on behalf of a group of a certain number, maybe an email will be receiving like 10, 20 or 50 on behalf of a group, 30 on behalf of a group. That person now will have to now come and explain how he or she also make sure that the community you are representing, you served them with what you received. But that evidence is there, clear, that anybody who wants to
publish, we are waiting for them.
So whoever got the ticket and resold it,
yeah,
because it will do. I'm telling you,
we will come on that.
We are probably
walk up papa for the dra omo do omo wife mu ko hwe match na say omo say omo ne omo yire mu nkobiem na omo be kokra ticket no omo bechem sem bia okọ south a obeko east omo so omo tena bom a omo enfili because papa bia dwa pa on say games na ekoso no one game bi koso equal do match no omo bom ne Mexico match no say papa bi tennis wo hwe bibi kakra and the wife had kakra am say yina sum kakra tiama Steve am say papa phone say mama phone hardin omo to omo ani jeso
Mexico fan
ana esi ba kon so course Afcon so ba ko course but Paraguay so ni US match no oluma bi so agi so tro kakra
Mamacita no
Chania from
Mamacita
okay
really say no ko ye rough bia na public school ba bi dia
we are rough abi so tro
we are rough ha ye be chichire wa bodem mo edo abi to stadium buta
on the wife no na
o shed enam na da ho no enam na de bia enam na nyankula na
da bi nti the wife na born because ohunu say o hwe bibi ana say
da bi say nyoma mienu
dokunu na ye o
nyoma mienu
da say
ni kunu no hwede ni kwa say ohwe e ba say
as our far respect
ama wo gire
wife no no buno
number 2 ne re no su protect ni kunu no say the bear say Mamacita ye obi dia ade be chi ne found to kabuta ye bie wa adwi mu tre okay tena sumbo ni be do e do straight
Muna US oluma no US dia no so oluma bi so US so
senior man so na kura na you achi no say senior man bi tenachi esoro ge no
ti je say yes papa for the drum say mu yesi am betina fie ye kwa ye no nko
last one be buy your last one be buy your money England so that is the last game on babo my could do this
indeed
no be ahwe for the last
nti papa for no say we say mama for no
na work up Obama sebi kraman adwane obi hu ni kraman okohwehwe kraman ne number 4 days 5 days okoto no party ase Mexico for twiso e wo street
obi actually
aso
kraman ni dinamu de na picture no we try ka na mesere
ebe be koso
kawan kura hu se work up abakrum
ekroma ede
enam wo ba bi bebre aduane wo bebre
anode
di tro so tra fi na wo ye de beje na bi
wo ye ba na ye be traso na komo na ana matches ne be ba so be room
yes of course
na ye di komo na ye shere ni o P-man ni team no mu ato so high school ne Stone Boy no na FCJ mo say ho ayeshipa enamase se mu biem emayesa wo yemre mumra na ye hwe
yes
Steve over Statiana
na
okay Statiana yenkwe
what can say me about the 86-minute curse of African teams the World Cup Ekosi. You see the problem with African players major competitions where we feel that we have quality equally, they can go toe to toe with any other nation and then perform it for Africa. No? It has to do with more psyche and sometimes the coaching decisions at the touchline. Me share games here I will come once a minute and share say South Africa. That was painful.
Yeah.
Share point in our goal they buy was very painful. Share Ivory Coast Diana, it was a side that failed to utilize chances when they were dominating in the game. Yebenya DRC Diana you see, Africa, I was my observer for a very long time. Yeah, any coaches in them, sometimes they players, you know, when they feel that the eyes of the world are warm also, and they are ahead, they try to be tactically indisciplined. You see, Abrofono, the difference is that they stick to the plan of the team.
Okay.
Until they will play according to send your team. No, you're programming, you're pre-game preparation. No?
Yeah,
but the black boy, and right now, this guy, Moku, and Sepenga, if Omoye effective and tactically disciplined, DRC should have shot up by bare 4 goals before the English even came in.
Yeah.
Because
say chances pa.
Yes, because now England for no issues with the left back and right back position. Your Spence no ball right back. There were a lot of space because none mad okay and track it back the game the defensive duty no na mbrebia form. So I was thinking that use no more using the year. But a drew point to be on person me show boating on person which is a nimbo na. But that is not how the white operates. It is about sticking to the plan till the end of the game. Into England for now, they tried a lot of crosses and Lionel Mpasi there on numerous occasions. The goalkeeper alone didn't deserve to be kicked out of the competition because he was superb yesterday. England for now try all the crosses about many occasions be severe, which means even the DRC team I'm finding solutions to the problem and now the danger that was impending.
Well, mami remind you more with quick one. Say videos no. Yeah, WhatsApp videos no. Nti video abe obe na landscape now they about one in landscape be rejected.
Okay.
Nti yesre mo amode ma drink chebe ba no. The number no ana ato so no nti obe fa number no na was store na why in the landscape men ye ni say say the can no record it. Now the about one ne sa ye be reject nti ye no there say mo hye no so mami pa yinko.
So Africa but very close. So I was saying say ahead of the World Cup, conversations be very by. But I can say to prove to the world say we've come to stay, and yet the group stage are free, but the knockout phase, a telling factor, saying whether we give them a reason to believe in African football or not. But my greater disappointment has to do with the Senegalese team. You see, you can't be endowed with this number of quality. Now got the final of the AFCON, performing consistently in the past 4 or so years, and put up that performance that they did. Okay. Say African nations were competition. Now we share some boys be and answer some teams be more names or more high game. Now I take a 2-goal lead, and then all of a sudden it looks like a team in Nimnia all year. And they drop in momentum, they drop in concentration, everything.
Yeah.
Papi Gia say for now no or training who for national team them repem no bekasa.
Yeah.
The biggest problem, one of the issues of African and West African teams in the say they don't understand what it feels like or what it means to be representing your nation. Into there are internal issues our West African teams at the World Cup because they don't understand what it means to say yes Koshe Jason and I represent mine. Okay, I did Togo for year in 2006.
Yeah.
Ghana for Beyebi in 2014. Why? Because the orientation is so terrible. The orientation of Black Africa. Our tournament, a disaster. Belgium wanted to a Canabako 86 minutes. And mobile. At that point, that is where you need maximum concentration and coaching. I'm to me and yes, and they play the victim card. Say penalty, no any penalty. And who here who defended 2-goal lead in and can Bruce our discussion. Belgium hasn't been the Belgium that year in 2018.
Send one no Belgium goals na no defending na. So no bomba because Belgium coach is a do baby no tactical on zena Senegal phone be so mo protective.
Me say Rudy Garcia no should anya coach biasa was say obi hu no na ne ho popo no but Tiaseba Walker was he knew say at some point it was going to happen. These people they are known for this. He still believe even though he was down. Say Saudi and be set in an omenya advantage. And when they got the advantage, the big boys stood up. Yuri Telemens and then Romelu Lukaku. They came to the rescue. And then they are qualified. It is a nation be Africa. What disappointed power this tournament are. Senegal. Because you can't be a finalist and not a winner of the AFCON. But disciplinary issues are a competition if you now on go into a major global competition. That team ultimately share near Iraq. In your first 2 games, you concede 6 goals. You concede 7 in 3 games. Iraq penalty Michel. It is terrible. Say a Togo be a coin or concede say Capo Verde ne concede those goals. You would understandable because their first appearance at the competition and boasting of the quality that the Senegalese team award. But you go with a team rich in quality. I conceded 7 goals in the group stage and P take it 2-goal lead. And you lose that lead to Belgium. And yet the Belgium team over the years. They have really disappointed. And to the coach Papitia, Asema Gay, it is possible, sir. There are a lot of things that happen. They change our Lami Kamara at that stage. I feel it was bad. A coach now be a center of controversy. At the AFCON, he was the man that called the players off the pitch. Obedru Hawasu new contract in Tinyoma Yabasa. Clearly, it is an issue of leadership and the black African mindset. Your orientation is terrible. Your orientation and yet.
Now in black players ya king. Ebi na o France ya. Umu bo. Edema umu other countries Canada for ni. Bahaden umu no difference near there.
Our orientation is different. Baby obu freedom. Clear for te odo. Oko top ni nyina na Chelsea is about. Adene da okokono. And you would just imagine, they are 2014, say a military grouper, not just a couple. Mrs. Sadi and up to ne Ayamea. It is Senegal for Nako. Instead, some by representing, or mama, the internal issues will be canon. And as it passes into crash and say, or channel until the coach in the Bevrio, which means there's a bigger crack. I was Senegalese national team. No, they have been very disappointing. For DRC for the I knew it was going to happen at some point. Mission game, I knew it was going to happen. Me who is Anna Bono, na me jai sheka crack because they will not give you any storylines after the game because game way a gamer and then can also a ball in pass. About to say on a man of the match.
Yeah,
he put in some brilliant saves and it's turning out to be World Cup of goalkeepers. Yahu dear Benjamin Sari, Ayane dear, Yahu Bosida for Capo Verde, a host of other goalkeepers, and Nura Kotua. Even though you consider 2, he was superb on the night for Omoa, almost a savior. But Omama story that I and they were for Senegal. I'm highly disappointed because I was so confident Senegal beat me lighting up the stage for Africa. Makarechi Saka say relying on Harry Kane, he has proven to be a world-class center forward. Now, Ekoba say England for no more man shada nya de kese ne o mafa microphone no e omo den so omo gia tum say yim praise you be Gabo. Very few players and a bit menya consistency ade na omo ye no. Omo nya bad seasons e wo omo career. Until Harry Kane enko ye cry bia obefa ne say this is a below par performance from me in the season. You check the numbers. He is a forward and he's supposed to score. The only here say Obenya the right services and he will be scoring. And not only that, we in the goal scoring abilities not to chair. he is an all-rounder. He plays a bigger part. I will give him. Now, how many goals no actually had the FIFA World Cup? Obviously, Kukudam Bibrio. But Makarich is the other all kind of say in events that Enyoma and Koyena Omenyana as a happy in Ghana game, a big issues for the English national side.
So
but for Jude Bellingham, Maggie ni Declan Rice, on shadow huna players, other players stepping up into owning the Bay Argent to a larger extent.
Okay,
but on the opposite side, you always need your big boys to be showing up.
Yeah,
at the grandest stage, and they wonder why Antoine Semenyo is yet to hit things running.
Yeah,
it is a wunya Antoine Semenyo say, "Ekoma mu ya den kra ni A game never ba obesha, over relax kakra." The French have Mbappe, are performing. The Argentines have Messi doing his thing for them. Other nations, Alan Haaland, what is noted for Adia Assess or Yemma, the Norwegian national side, that is what he's doing. So even though they are relying on him, it is not a bad thing entirely. That is how it's supposed to be. Only also carry your move over the line. And at big tournaments, you need your big boys. And in Messi boy against Saudi Arabia, the first game, almost where is Messi? Almost no didn't hotel. Yeah, can you hear about Portugal? I'm saying Ronaldo him. So, in as much as a year or a legit claim expressing concern over Sunday, England for the team now setting up relying on Hurricane. I could share games via Abiana and Koya man. Say coach need to map a strategy to keep him out of the game. It means that it's going to be difficult. But on the other hand, you need your big boys over step here. Portugal or Croatia, they can't afford carry the performance they showed in their group into this particular game.
Okay.
Even though we shared the meetings between the two sides, that Portugal standing a very higher chance of qualifying. But the man born no Ayew say Portugal back in a group with DRC, with Uzbekistan and Colombia.
Yeah.
They managed to beat just Uzbekistan. The only side almost show more group no. Only Colombia, DRC, in Uzbekistan. That is Portugal. So Croatia, almost a false start to the competition.
Yeah.
But other still themselves up. And in the last two games, you modern ball boy. Portugal our upper hand to win this particular game.
Okay.
But they need not perform the way they did over the group stage, So a very difficult for Portugal because in a group that now also more top, and then now they are coming up against Croatia. In the last two tournaments, they've been part of the last four.
Okay.
They have experience, they have a manager they trust. Even though meetings with them and Koye. But one thing about Croatia and Portugal, our upper hand over this game, and they say they failed when they meet bigger nations.
Okay.
Against Brazil, against England. So a gamer, I will tip Portugal to qualify. But don't be surprised if Croatia put an upsetter. I think the collective unity is still there, and they are playing some good football. That was a particular game.
Wo me da see me ba na ya ba dinko Messiah ewo ha. Nana Jesse Ankan Facebook was say blaming the referee for an incident in the Senegal game no and we do the aba Steven Nana Galazi or say I think their back line na problem and so Prince Kusi said the coach all the way nessa Senegal coach blame dia why say dey Emma coach and no Moses Akwa will say I feel the pain for Senegal na say pain hopa Senegal Anadio. Kwabna James says, I'm CID watching the show live from WhatsApp board. Dear, please update on Barca transfers. Yati, you don't say, but Kobe said the coach and Kobe Diaba Eugene say, Eugene said referee decisions and Koyukra and what Diaba Jankwa, where Ajakwa Ernest say from Kofrodia, if Jasi say the players Senegal for yes, you blame woman for this and non player more and so Diaba Michael. Was Santasi Papa Taylor say o monitor Michael yenchia oni team no ene anopi wo Miza
yes couple abufo no crowd aso me dem fancy
ciao
I have not been triggered by a World Cup results by an African team after Asamoah missing a penalty against Uruguay.
Okay,
but we are shemepa we Asamoah de any feel
na we na show pa
me nyese ne gani ba sheme papa
o problem ne dey
me sanka omo flight na ye de ombeko no anke si na anke atwimpire
ye lewo mo
omo nyina obi angu fom na omo chi omo le obi a tretre
omo disappointed
o ka disappointment crampo ye we disgraceful efere sebi e tan I don't know why you know message de kwa bonten you don't realize it. When we are de facto AFCON champions.
Senegal.
At least your two teams are come African Cup of Nations final.
Yeah.
Bako konanim. Na hwede bako akoye.
Morocco for ne sere wo msi ya.
With Morocco ne to nchen akapo, it doesn't send a good message out there. AFCON boy, everybody was happy about the quality of football that was exhibited at the AFCON.
Yeah.
And I'm a boy.
Yeah.
Now, AFCON finalist can't even beat the weakest Belgium team in the last 3 years. As I leading it 2-0.
I did not
man, 3 minutes. At it, sad work extra time. It doesn't sound well.
Yeah.
And open me sure say General Gattuso aje coffee aje pan obe say 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 we catch them.
We mo munye hwe. The Gattuso kai na mza ha na ebe aduma.
The man de ye ya ne ye. Omo ye champions o.
African champions. They be say yaji am Morocco.
So still in fact trophy in farmer Morocco for our case. So the case is still in court.
Sure.
So it's hanging. Enyako case nkwade until the cash ruling will be back.
Yeah.
Till I'm using the word de facto.
Yeah.
Omo baby omo gina say omo continent na ni mo say poto. Omo haye. The image, the integrity, the respect omo haye. You see, people think that this is just a resource. For DR Congo, we can give them the benefit of doubt.
Okay.
Do you know why? DR Congo, this is the first time a mobile World Cup in so many years. I think the last time a mobile World Cup here is 70s, 30s, 50 years ago.
So I'm going to cry.
I'm an opponent, no money on mobile, you know. You see, who did DR Congo? DR Congo, my whole Diana, what Timmy could do, you know.
Yeah.
Also, your team always away there. Baby, obeti ma maximize na one day na kwa kudru nie.
Yeah.
She changes a England ye. Ne changes a Congo ye. Meshakelia. Ajaze Meshakelia. Wa bobo ya Meshakelia young boys on Switzerland for hini. Young boys wa ba Meshakelia de sabe Meshakelia.
Asemo.
Oh, kayembe mo. What did they mention as
yeah.
When you also hear change in the head, you also see if you know the declare Scobo 2. No Sadi Bukayo Saka be pay also.
Osiokra.
Maswaku wa bra.
Hey,
Atamaswaku. Obo West Ham yene. Wa bra. So for Congo, for Congo and that's a break. I think that is their level. You can think about it in a nutshell. And they even give it a fight. Open nation or man a fight, partner. They even give it a fight. They give it a real fight. A real fight. But when my dear Mesrewo, the Akosu gives it apart from the 86 minutes, no. What's the area? The last kick of every African nation be on a full within that kind of team. Be an almost last kick be a free kick.
And also, yeah. So Ivory Coast a free kick.
South Africa soon a free kick.
Africa, yeah. Giddy.
Congo soon be wisa.
Giddy music over Batunet too. There no quiz agent.
And now Senegal so be the same position.
Yeah, of course. I say similar things. BCCCU. Ghana mumi show you, coach show you.
Iti Congo there. See African teams no more free more. South Africa we all know. Say when South Africa goes to the World Cup, this is a team where you can't even trust them. Omo nkasa host cry we saw happened. Yeah. It omo ne the asterisks better omo. What did they mention as Morocco omo chere say yes. They are supposed to be there. They were semi-finalists last year. They were AFCON finalist and Chebia Kabuati de Mitchell, and at the same time, no almost as could a trophy nibi. Say as AFCON champions are careful no yom.
Omugo to half, half. Okay.
Omaye de disefata. Even after going 1-0 down, they fought hard, equalized. The game they call penalties. Koyi. Netherlands they move.
Yeah.
It's your ya take it on my idea, on my cross it. Then you come to Ivory Coast. Disappointment, misfire. Big.
I said, coaches now I do a or form
per the Ivorian team now boils down to squad management and game management. The psychological aspect is there. But I think sometimes your actions in a trigger the ordering. Anyone who's here to reflect or brabo. Yeah. It's in a total I said the ordering and a bit my amount.
That about when I can say the ordering.
The ordering is son or brabo tea. And the Majo just said you're throwing about so. Yeah. So it is life. That is the loss of life. So whatever you do on the bench, whatever you strategize with your team is what will be the full reflection of the results you get. So MS fight with Cote d'Ivoire. Actually, say a new man you know. One, the in-game management here poor.
Okay.
Two, Usradie. Who for? And at the end of America say who for ni jina. There are certain players are too loyal to them. To a certain extent, say they are afraid to take risk with other players. Me no, name one say, oh, bono we. Omo jai possession the amount. Na o maintain Ayew be free team wa was major Sangari wom. Still no fan one day more. But you now we free. The amount the boy o boy o hunu so me yi the amount the free mu si na say ye kwhye o meka say ye na yi the amount the free omo.
Onye sa ade no.
Ye nyina yesu ni se boy ye hwe ye de ani hwe Avicos boy.
Then
who indica any diamond they want change. These are top guys in Europe. Or say there be obi or the Wolverhampton Wanderers score relegation. Agbadu. Then checking the timing of the subs.
Yeah.
So we a player now in a park and so now who says I change this way back. Players are almost sensitive.
Yeah.
They'll be like, aye, now coach, he didn't know ye. Change is beating him, so. Change is so projecting.
And trooper. Someone more born, more minimum strength.
Yes.
To play an hour bones and pray with dear.
Wow.
And you know, crap.
Yeah.
A trooper now.
It's a psychologically be off. Say, I do with the
yeah.
Would you better try handing ye?
Common said the old banner. Onye at the ball papa biano.
Debbie.
Go there wa uchi our bobo da be a school gala or
school team who a captain catch me catch coach headmaster said
change radio mama and start.
Coach radio mama and start you.
Go on is any strengthening
to me game no any baby a dream so psychologically so man start here. One we play na German feel say
we queue.
We the ahana ya say you. We don't know what team say we the abedi say be say. then he plays
Ampanyapa,
it ever happen. The game management, no two-way, no, just the template
so
is already there.
And your standard, no mundu walk
So template is already there.
And I'm a boy. See,
and as far onu coaching at the World Cup level. Debi. Onuru sad no cry. Onuru sad no. For example, Omone Germany. First half na Amad Diallo is slow. Second half, within 10 minutes, Amad Diallo created 3 big chances. Yannick Frankesi Botugui. Ina Botugui. Frankesi Nkwambo Tutugui. Just when Amad Diallo is coming into the game, Obe substitution, but maintains their Monday, takes Amad Diallo out. I feel no more chances in this world. Germany, they are done game no. Until our last chance, Omukunya Dingra. So Sakwe day, corporate to train. Game management. Original park no say
Africa.
We my lady no. Yeah, the asterisks at no. Wabon omunyina di. Ontimi fa Cote d'Ivoire more World Cup no. We will call World Cup 10 times so share.
The umfanisi.
Haya no obe champion. Haya no be na my sanyo man. Ontimi nya osura de. He's too scared. We are no free on ma. Mama train no na be bo African teams train no.
Yeah.
Congo ye be pade no mo 4. Medical show the reason why we pardon Congo. Kabo. Medical show the reason why we pardon Congo. Omuni quality ne kuta Ivory Coast ni bi. Because Ivory Coast we gbesan. What the Bonnie and starting game abo Bonnie almost be several minutes. Then for Montonche omokra de. Men person omokra be bufu. Then Senegal comes in omokra na be say asem no kura Senegal. Kabo. Senegal players they are playing at the top level in European football. Elman in the IE, wouldn't how many teams have Elman in the IE England? They be a story no ha. It is a Ghana Guye, Chairman African player already 36 years old. That's what English Premier League bully ye. Or starting Everton every single day. Yeah, Ghanaian players in the cross so almost 29 in Saudi Arabia. Meboa.
Yeah.
But when Oboy Everton, and you saw a bench player. The intensity of the Premier League. Ghana Gie da Subo. Papi Gie see a kind of Villarreal, and only Danny Pareo. See a superstar no was at me about Benjo. So ya way.
Yeah.
Partey of Villarreal or Tibenchi. Papi Gie nebo. Lamine Camara almost a 40 million pounds Monaco for. Manchester United crack or Tafre once and come up Lamine Camara. Islam Asa. And Chebia on a Crystal Palace acquired the Conference League. And Opekra the United crash at home your mope. Meboa. Sadio money for Anna say. Meboa.
Sure.
Malik Diouf. On starting my West Ham.
Obo.
Keprin Diata. Or more France on.
Nadamfo.
Room to me 101.3.
Nyakite da so starting my Lyon. Papi 6. Oko Spain. Obo. Osa kwa bench ko he on bench on din a. Kabo. She boy say good bench on for Senegal. Papi Matasa for Tottenham Hotspur.
No player so.
Huh?
Senegal team.
Oboy ni ko bo ba meneke ya, oboy ni ko ni na movie.
Good year.
Mbaye Champions League winner. Dear Pana Belgium team we war over Senegal team we. Dear Pa catch them, dear Pa no more. Kabo. Now this is where it comes in for Papi Tiao. Now no ubo 2 games editia baako de tia France couple ubo baako de tia Norway. You were criticized, say you are too loyal to certain players be onoma. I also to a proper balance between the young and the old just to create a competitive team. But all rely on Kalidou Koulibaly mo. I bobo on to match your team in the Caribbean. I almost struggle. Omo chere omo. Sadio Mane o start na I say hard drink akra na obok akra na also yin the film no be fufuro so ye dey. Eba. Umfi. So first 2 games they lost to Norway, they lost to France because of these reasons. And in the in-game management. And Okobo Iraq. Iraq no one starting manu. Iraq no one starting man Senegal. India on the right. India on the left. Imbai on the right. Islam asa so ye dey. Age na 9. Sanko for me and when anyone they will press. On stretchy defenses. They will worry you. Papi Gueye start you fifi. You no match Senegal, match Iraq say. 5 and ameboa. Ismail Jacobs ne ni akiti ne party 6 minutes asase. Omo you no match omo say 5. Then it comes to yesterday's game management. Papi Gueye ne bobo ni nyina. In your midfield, Idrissa Gana Gueye ni legs. For your first 2 games, everything clearly shows that Lamine Camara is not ready for the tournament. Because so they started 2 games, yeah. Then Papi Gueye comes in. Papi Gueye no only kuta o team now, even at the AFCON. Oh, Senegal players are not the best players within the team. I know can be now. No, no, so no. Wakako yine from there the 65th minute to call the 70th minute. Does it really sound well? Abra team na ne bono. Ne midfield no omiam onyi Yuri Telemans en fanin frimu or Amadou na our bench.
Tactically one also
no, there are certain key positions you need to see it out of the game. Changes now should have been me Sadio Mane changing now or barely later on in the extra time. I was even wondering the thing also about Sadio Mane changing in extra time. Sadio Mane should have been off by the 65th minute. He should have been off. Either Nicolas Jackson or Obi.
Yeah.
Nane Papi Gueye now koyi ni film de Lamine Camara by. Lamine Camara by no benya yellow card. Ono aso na sako kose sa penalty no. This is not to say Lamine Camara is not a good player.
Yeah.
There are difference between player be from no uniform. Bibia chese tournament to say no Lamine Camara ni form. Everything clearly shows. Bibia chere. So uniform. This is why West African coaches, there are issues about them. Anyway, the reason why federations are more this part of your continent in Mpebe before they do money more money be any.
Okay.
Also be human your film. Wako sacrifice Papi Gueye Lamine Camara ba. Game is so bre. E ka de kwa di Koulibaly so ba. Unzela Koulibaly shishan ho wachiro.
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
Omu lose game from bench.
Omu lose game totally from the bench. Obia introduce Kalidou Koulibaly. Papu, what's a 2-0? What do you want again? Introduce Kalidou Koulibaly as part of 2 back or 2 center backs or that. Yeah. For Koulibaly be peso. Work of 5 back. Meboa. Yeah. Maintain Papi Gueye. Idrissa Gana Gueye na Abra no sacrifice no way in a film. Diara, ona na bobo ni nyina ma Senegal, no so akoyi na film. Maintain Diara, maintain Papi Gueye, change Idrissa Gana Gueye, you money film. Na so beja Nicolas Jackson ne sa to animu wono a, na straight 5-3-2.
Nka ko ne sa.
Na se ba ko twa ba ko dia Romelu Lukaku.
One ne nam sa. We match because that time we
match na we game management and we change no here no team ni sunsun so it na make us say your actions on the bench will always determine the psychological aspect of the game amount for the baby.
Yeah.
Because Otie Rudy Garcia or see they were always waiting for the right time to score the first goal. omo twen so ombete ne baako omo tika ne baako omo nim psychologically you people will be down now Lamin Camara buy and the first touch no nya yellow card adwene mu die ne bekom ye ade asasi biem okota ka okra na twetwe ne nan boys ni so woni say obi na ebobo ne de mama unyi nam say ye coach die no ayi
say bibia
Sadio Mane attitude tamani ye na free mu extra time want to turn in saba when the facial expression
omu nyina ka ho sangofo no as a coach no suru so obeyi wo mu free mu
so what the now who authority abe che ne bench na be chere dey be reflect to park the so the amount ana meboa me I'm telling you say Hakim Ziyech for this West Africa part now cause 30 games the man Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. Oh yes, I'm being honest. But pathetic, disgraceful from Papi Thiaw and in the team no. Absolutely pathetic. And him go asiane so we so it goes beyond normal African team film. It puts a dent on the image of even the AFCON we played. What team abo AFCON away with 2 finalists. But this is the weakest Belgium team I've ever seen. Theatre money, Wemo, aye. Her defense be a good Belgium. And the Kevin De Bruyne cried to me more. So the game, Kevin De Bruyne want to me more cry. Player, you can't player to player. These are people almost more your teams in the show, but the decision makings, the decision makings off the bench. Technically, tactically, totally wrong. Now affect your adrenaline now if you be a break. Switzerland, Algeria. Now Switzerland team wa katabuti mini omo trebe so ka eyire omo homu omo boy. Ketian Quebec so Algeria ko Switzerland na meboa. Australia team we say team e wosanka Egypt kuta Mohamed Salah ni Umar Mamush e wo so musuru. Kabo. Australia team also musuru. Beba ko we say you see what will happen.
We Jan Anam say now Jesus I think Senegal players no were afraid of Belgium for
no. They were not. Substitutions in the doom team Niger. A doom jana kura substitutions in the doom team Niger. They were not afraid. How can somebody be afraid of someone watching the two? Substitutions in doom jano kura. I think I say some decisions from the bench can psychologically affect those who are on the pitch. A doom jana kura. Now couple 36 years old the junior Sagana Guiane and I heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you diare film. Meboa. Oh, Lamin Camara Edwabem. Lamin Camara na I expect to say oh babenya goals abenya results dia mo no couple obaya. First na be na say Babe committee enya yellow card. One attack will view obium. Psychologically, how does he play into the team? Omuntimi take risk because omachi dahwa Ghana Guiane need the legs to track back. All Lamin Camara no so abi the yellow card. It doesn't work that way. There's the ability to make changes that affects him no. We the atwa Fanchain crack up. Nyame aduma ne. Spain ni Croatia. Spain ni Austria.
Oh yeah.
Anytime they are about to play, I remember a story about them. Omo one particular nation omo mi no. Omo united by history, but definitely have become rivals when it comes to world football. Couple what they mention I say. Yeah. Because me share omo team ni dia. Any baby omo free bar, any baby pempen so ma ba beduna and Rafragnik. There has been a massive improvement in terms of their quality on the field. Omo threat them a lot of teams during the Euro 2024 no boy, you know. The kind of results omo with their gang press, their level of intensity and quality omo dynedy. But in the group phase of the World Cup, I think they've not been flamboyant and aggressive enough in their approach. Any the almost system here. It might be say they felt they said they could find a way to qualify out of the group. The same with Spain. Say baby as Spain say you know couple. And then the results in the group stage in the performances no Spain level no order to in prem you might be a tremuni at the adek can one. When is a performance they could Spain say you know and shut down your day in Tasumu. But I think for Lamine Yamal and Co, this is the time they need to step up. This is where the real tournament begins. It will be a find a way to win. And Austria wouldn't be going. It may say people think this game is going to be an easy fix. To say Spain can walk over Austria. No. An European all-timer battle, the two of them, no, couple and walking over.
Okay.
Especially when Spain, I'm not for some defend the probability so yes about more. Any Ferran Torres more issues. They will try and keep these people quiet. The only thing Spain has over Austria is the X factor. And then tournament for the big boys. Couple. Obi and watching the BBR and the big boy ahead. I step up and you go the amano. Belgium cry yomi. Omo tro mo Romelu Lukaku therefore. Omo top scorer and C form. Harry Kane C form England.
Yeah.
Round of 32 in everything na. Vinicius C form. Haaland is West form. Mbappe so yeah day. So the big boys are so only X factor nani player be obet me ye bibi diamawa. Na so ho ya chiro. So that is where I'm expecting Spain to come to the party with Obiti Selami Yama. That is it.
Okay.
And change the face of the game.
Game
we say Spain be qualify ahead of Austria. Then over Portugal and Croatia. Yes, Croatia for your team back Portugal for no group home show. Aye. Mamu fancy on Portugal for no group home show pa.
Omonya stadium game.
Ahana na wasa X factor no so
Ronaldo
Bruno.
Yeah. Luka Modric.
Me I expect certain phases of the game Portugal be jam mo kakra. Said the Ghana jam mo kakra mo yo mo counter attack. Ghana doesn't have the luxury of top attackers, but Portugal especially in transitions.
Yeah.
Neto, Rafael Leao, Jean Felix. I think that is where the X factor will come from. Croatia so a stubborn side on metima tri game we mu media quite extra time. They can stretch it, on metima stretch it. And when they get to this stage, all the almost to Portugal one they were experienced in the last 2 World Cups. Cabo. Portugal need experience in the last 2 World Cups. Almost new Croatia in terms of experience getting to this level. Croatia but back-to-back semi-finals. Almost was the same players ni bi wo team nim. Vadio da so wom. Amu goalkeeper no one of them Bibian San meboa. Kovacic da so ho. Modric da so ho. Meboa. Pasalic da so ho. Ivan Perisic da so here.
Experience need a lot.
So experience they still have it. Portugal shouldn't go into this game thinking that this is going to be a game.
So who wins?
Portugal will strive through and qualify.
Okay.
Yes, Crucial at the end of the day, Crucial Bekofi.
Wo yemrefie yenso yebefie wo ye ba na o how no den e how Ghana football na me adom a movement no e china yes Ghana ye ne Colombia game na Saturday 1:30 into Friday aye dama de ache Saturday na homa china na ye chinem na ye baso na e bedin ko na mum amawuga lamba amawuga se Simpson Cartoon predicted Portugal to win the World Cup. Please go and watch it. Simpson mama show me no mashepa umuche Portugal for befa mahe. Okay. Mishak Kwakuze, so do you think Ghana Black Stars will bottle this when leading 2-0 with this current coach? There be current coach with the intimate bottle 2-0.
Current coach with the intimate try.